own Wexford Pub was named one of USA Today's 2025 Restaurants of the Year. The publication describes the restaurant as close to an Irish heritage museum with architecture and food that convey the story of Irish immigration to the hostess city. They also call the menu clever, comforting, and deeply satisfying. Right now, I am bellied up to the bar at Wexford Pub, along with siblings Jennifer Strickland, also behind me, Tim Strickland, and to my right is Chris Swanson. He's a co-owner here at Wexford as well. Tell us, what was the recognition like when you heard about it recently?
I think the first thing is we were just astounded. The second thing was grateful, and I think third was excited and maybe a little bit nervous. So we were really, really excited to have such an unexpected honor, and just really humbled to have that. Our team has been fantastic.
Well, Tim, this building is filled with history for your family. Share a little bit about that.
So yes, our father, Stan Strickland, this was his first endeavor into a restaurant called 27 Market Square. He did that with some fellow BC fathers, and there was 7 or 8 of them, and he did the sandblasting of the walls. He leveled out the floors, and the bones of the space, or all the work our father did, about 40 years ago. I was 16 years old when, and I'm 57 now.
Wow, that's impressive. Chris, tell us, what is your role here at Wexford as a co-owner?
Well, I think the biggest part is letting Tim and Jennifer do the job that they do and letting the team run, because I've really been fortunate to be teamed up with them. But a lot of what I wanted to see and what I want to do has to do with the bigger picture, making sure that we're really involving the community and being a proper pub, so to speak. And if you're going to build an Irish pub in City Market, you better do it right. And we've just been incredibly appreciative of all the hard work and all the people that have come together to make this space so special.
Well, of course, we know that this is not just your average Irish pub. There's a lot of true love that has gone into the work here. And when we think about the menu, Jennifer, my family and I visited twice. The food is tasty. Are we talking authentic food, or are the meals more your take on Irish?
I think there's a combination there. We went to Wexford and all over Ireland for about 10 days and ate at as many pubs as we could eat at, which was great, to try to get the feel and drink as much Guinness. And I honestly tried the bread at every single place we went.
Wow.
All kinds of different. So there's certain things we actually took from that trip. The fish batons that we have, we actually had those at Kenmare. The Irish soda bread that we have, that was our favorite soda bread that we chose. But then if you take a twist like Sherman grits, for example, that was our twist on that. The pot roast was actually a twist on an Irish stew, because it was July and I didn't think I could get people to eat stew, so we said let's do a pot roast, but let's do it with Guinness.
It's good,
it's a combination. It's a combination.
It's delicious.
It's on the menu for me, for sure.
All right, so let's talk a bit about the names as you walk up to the second floor here. I first noticed walking up the steps, all of these names. What's the significance, Tim?
So that was done 201 years ago. There were 39 or 40 ladies that walked in the first parade for St. Patrick's Day in Savannah, and they represent every county in Ireland.
I think that's pretty amazing. And when we talk about the counties, the county of Wexford has a special relationship to Savannah. What does that mean to your family, knowing that?
Well, I think it answered a question for us. We always knew that the Irish in Savannah was such a big story, but we didn't understand the story. So when we began talking about what the story should be for the Irish Pub Company, Tim actually did a little bit of research online and found Howard Keeley's story about Wexford and how it helped populate Savannah. And so once we saw that, we were like, this is a story we have to tell.
Okay. Well, we are going to wrap up with the magic question. This is your first time opening for St. Patrick's Day. Are you ready?
1,000%, we are ready. All the plans have been laid out, and we are ready for it.
All right.
And excited.
And excited.
Well, thanks so much for joining me on WSAV today. And as they always say, this time of year, Aaron go bragh.